Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the quarterly update for Antler Gold. This is detailing everything that the company has been up to in the previous calendar quarter, and we're going to be discussing some of the highlights for Antler during this period, and also demonstrate that the company's business model, which is growth through project generation and organic royalty creation, is starting to come into fruition, and we're moving into the next stage. So firstly, I am going to be making forward-looking statements during this presentation, and I would encourage everyone to please read our cautionary forward-looking statements, as well as if you want any further technical reports or disclosure on any of the projects that I'm going to be discussing, please go to our website, or you can email our qualified person, Oliver Torres, who's our exploration manager for Antler Gold. So a quick update webinar agenda, just highlighting some of the news that has happened. I'm also going to discuss what the company's current focus and objectives are, as well as where we're putting our energy. Briefly touch on our financial overview, and then we'll be happy to discuss any questions and answer any questions that there are. Again, we as Antler Gold and the CEO and the leadership and the board of directors have decided to change the company's business model, and our approach is to manage risk intelligently, which will also enable us to pursue numerous opportunities, avoid dilution, with the ultimate aim of finding a gold mine, finding a money mine, in essence, in any mineral or any opportunity thereon. And the statement from myself that you see on the screen now is our focus. Our focus is to ensure value creation for our shareholders. We do that by doing early stage greenfields exploration, optioning it off to partners. We're not only getting the potential of short-term revenue generated in that option agreement, but we then getting long-term exposure through our exposure in the either equities as well as a royalty on that asset. And the hope is to be the most active greenfields exploration company in Southern Africa over the next couple of years. We have built a substantial data room of historical data that we have digitized and are now able to query. And we don't want to be involved in only one major discovery, but multiple major discoveries throughout Southern Africa, and retain a royalty on that property, on those properties. Here is a nice schematic that discusses our unique business model. And the reason why we say it's unique is this is a business model that has been successfully employed in North America and Australia, but hasn't been successfully implemented in Africa yet. And we are definitely the first company that has the most active greenfields exploration team, as well as the biggest data set, as well as the most active project generating portfolio at the moment in Southern Africa. We definitely have the first mover opportunity here to cement ourselves as the premier project generator for Africa. And not only that, our team that is based in Windhoek, Namibia, is African. We've built our team from strong Southern African geologists, Southern African operational specialists who are actively looking for early stage opportunities in our backyard. And that's exciting. We firmly believe in the opportunity that Africa presents, and we firmly believe in the opportunity that we can develop for Africa. And we want to do it because we we're at home down here. So we're really excited while we pioneering this new business in Africa, and while it's rolling out and creating value not only for you as our shareholders, but also for the countries and the stakeholders that we engage with down here. So our business model is very simple. We identify early stage exploration opportunities and then do de-risking work, which includes not only early stage exploration work, but it also includes making sure that the tenements are put in place, that the tenements have sufficient time to work and be de-risked, as well as having the environmental and other statutory requirements in place. Once that has been put in place, we then seek for partners, and we enter an option agreement, which allows us to move to partner-funded exploration. The company during that time would like to act as a operator during the first year. One, that obviously allows us to generate further income, but also secondly, it allows us to make sure that the work and the continuity of the exploration is going into the ground, leading to higher rates of exploration success. And very simply put, we've put these projects together, we've put the data together, and once we have partner-funded exploration, it would make sense to let the team move forward with their first thoughts to go into further exploration. Once we get into some exploration success, we then form JVs, and depending on how we decide to move forward in that JV, we can either go into the development and self-financing together with our JV partners into the development of a mine, but we will always keep a royalty. And that royalty, as well as the cash flow generated from the option agreement, allows us to create our value. If there's exploration failure due to it not stacking up from a geological sense of view, the project is terminated and there's no more money put in from Antler. If there's exploration failure due to the option partner not following through, the project then will fall back to us, and then we have an opportunity to look for another partner. So we are creating value, not only short-term revenue, we have the potential to create short-term revenue from the cash on the option, the cash payments from the option agreement, as well as from the operating fee, but we also have long-term revenue from the royalty of any future producing mine, as well as the equity in publicly listed stocks. And I think these first 2 quarters, the work and the strides that Antler Gold has managed to make has been demonstrating the potential success of this business model and the potential that this business model will have for our shareholders. In February of this year, we announced that we started our early stage exploration program over our Paresis Gold Project. A month after that, we further announced that we had successfully pegged and been awarded with pending environmental clearances, further land packages within that area. And then a month and a bit after that, we were able to announce an option agreement with Fortress Capital. And that is our business model being displayed right there. Our option agreement with Fortress Capital was for a total cash and share consideration of in excess of $5.5 million over a 3-year period, as well as $6 million of project expenditure over a 3-year period. And that is a significant value for a very good gold project that we have located in the Erongo region of Namibia, located alongside Osino Resources as well as QKR Navaja. So these 3 news releases demonstrate the cycle of the business. Antler Gold identifies an early stage opportunity. we secure the tenement, we start doing early stage green green exploration. We consolidate and secure land packages, making it a district scale opportunity that has the potential to host significant mineral deposits if they are there. And then we find partners who then fund the riskier exploration. During that time, we have recouped costs. We have allowed ourselves to maintain cash in our war chest, and we are not going to the market and doing highly dilutive fundraising. And here again, we're really proud of this. For those of you that have been following the company over the last 2 years while we've been building our project portfolio, you've seen these triangles not only multiply across the Southern African region, but also turn into actual active projects. So all of those triangles represent applications or early stage opportunities that we are actively pursuing, and they will then turn into projects that the company has the option to move off and sell to option partners to move along. We not only are diversifying by jurisdiction, but we are also diversifying by commodity, which will eventually allow the company to act in a counter-cyclical manner to various commodity cycles. So when we have the opportunity to option off our gold projects, the value that is generated from that will allow us to purchase or acquire or peg projects that are not in vogue, such as potential rare earth or uranium projects or copper projects. And then the hope that allows us to always have projects that will potentially be in the up cycle and allow us to sell it when they are in vogue and then generate when they are not vogue. So we're really excited by the diversification of commodity as well as diversification of jurisdiction. Right now, we are active in the whole of Southern Africa, but in terms of where we have applications, we have got in Zambia as well as in Namibia. Those are currently applications, and we can discuss them further once they are granted to us. We then have our active projects, and the one that everyone is aware of is the Erongo Gold Project, which was recently optioned out to Fortress Capital or Fortress Asset Management for a total consideration of over $11.5 million over 3 years, as well as a 2% net smelter royalty across the entire project. This is our pipeline and how we manage where our money is being spent to make sure that we never we're not just sitting on ground to sit on ground, but also to make sure that we have enough projects to sell in order for us to continually move forward. So we must make sure that we never have more than up to 4 projects in each of these, from conceptual all the way to pre-discovery, that we can be efficient not only with our cash and our internal resources, but also be efficient with making these projects move through the exploration curve. Again, here are two active options or sales that have happened in the last 24 months. One was the Crescent Lake Lithium that we sold to Midex Resources from Canada. We earned a good whack of cash out of that, as well as we hold 6% of the common shares of Midex. Then this last quarter, we announced the Erongo Gold Project option to Fortress Asset Management. It allowed the company to generate some nice cash, which is going into more project generation, as well as we know that there is going to be $6 million spent on that project. The company will retain a 2% net smelter royalty over the entire project for any future potential production. Again, just to talk about the team and what we're doing, I started off discussing that we are Africans in Africa looking for Africa. We think Africa represents a significant opportunity to play a major role in the new commodity cycles and everything that is happening in the global transition to alternative electrification and all of that comes with that. And myself, Oliver Torres, our exploration manager, and Tadine Kruger, our senior geologist, are based down here. We're Zimbabwean and Namibians and Africans, and we're active in our backyard. I think we are definitely one of the most active greenfields exploration groups in Southern Africa. And I think with our recent development of continually to build our data from historical data as well as new data, we potentially are a company with one of the biggest data sets, active data sets to identify new opportunities. This is then augmented with a pedigree from the capital markets through Dan Whitaker and Wade Dahr, which allows us to negotiate strong deals, which makes sure that we're following through on our unique business model and generating long-term revenue opportunities through that 2%, through our royalty creation, as well as our equity creation through optioning of these. So we've got the perfect blend of technical as well as from a capital markets point of view. And then this is all anchored by strong fiscal management from our financial team led by our CFO. So from a shareholder perspective, it's good to see that there's active exploration, boots on the ground, project generation. There's capital markets ability that allows us to not only negotiate strong deals and maintain exposure as well as securing our future potential revenue, but there's also fiscal management, and we look after our money and we do what we say we're going to do with our exploration dollars. This isn't a lifestyle company. This is an exploration company, and we're extremely proud of that. So very quick corporate snapshot. This was at our financials announced on the 31st of March. Obviously, you can see the cash balance was just below 100,000 Canadian there. But our recent transaction, as well as our other transactions, have propped that cash balance up. And that is our business model. It allows us not to go into dilutive financings. And the market cap, we feel, is positioned at the time just below $4 million. There's a re-rating opportunity there as the company continues to work through its project generation, and we start to option out more opportunities and get some exploration success. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending. I'm going to let you guys ask a few questions, but while you're thinking of those questions, I would encourage you to please go follow us on our social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn, as well as go onto our website where you'll be able to subscribe and stay up to date with us as we move through our project generation. I'm going to see if there's any questions. So there's one question here regarding our Onkoshi Gold Project in terms of land access and the ongoing situation there. Again, Antler Gold, through their legal representation, has submitted all the required and statutory documents, and we are engaging with the government as well as with the landowner in order to conclude that. That's an ongoing process, and what it does demonstrate is that Antler Gold does follow through with its guidelines from the statutory requirements, and it makes us, we want to become the preferred partner not only for other junior mining companies, but we also want to become the preferred partner for African countries for exploration, project generation. So we are following through. Those have been submitted, and it's a bureaucratic process that we will adhere to and wait for the answers to come out of. Next question that's been posted here: when will there be an update regarding the Fortress asset management and future work? Our technical team has actually spent the last week doing a technical workshop with Fortress Assets technical team. A work program is currently being planned, and we expect to have that all finalized after the definitive agreement has been signed. As was announced, we have to get shareholder approval, which we have put into our circular, including further information. And once Antler obtains that shareholder approval, we'll be moving towards executing that definitive agreement with Fortress Capital, and then starting work straight away on our Erongo Gold Project, most probably in the fourth quarter or the late end of the third quarter this year. Are there any options to go into any other Southern African countries? Yes, very much so. We're active in all Southern African countries at the moment, and we're busy conducting either due diligence or submitting applications on various opportunities within those areas. We are going to be growing steadily throughout Southern Africa, while also making sure that we are prudent with our expenditure, and have the ability to work those projects to be able to sell them. We want to have quality rather than quantity. So we don't want to just go peg to peg. We want to peg projects that are good projects that will find sound partners to move those forward and give us the most success to making or being part of a team that makes a discovery. Thank you. If there's no more questions, please feel free to send us an email at info@antlergold.com, or reach out to us on our social media platform, and we'll be able to answer any questions if there are any. Thank you very much.